Hey, what's up, guys? Tyler here. Just a quick video here. I'm warmer now back in the car. I just shot a video where I was outside at -6. I don't know why I did. It just felt nice. The reason for this video here, I was just thinking while I was driving over here is I just want to squash a couple misconceptions. If people are new, if you're watching this, you're obviously new to eBay or you're interested in starting to sell on eBay, whether it's in Canada, US, UK, anywhere in the world. There's a couple things that I feel that you need to know before you really get into it, before you start dumping a ton of money in inventory, time to list, and everything else. I got three things here I just want to tell you. So number one, it's not easy. Okay, it's not as easy as some of these other video gurus are saying, and maybe you have friends who are doing eBay and that's what got you interested. Oh, it's easy, I just list and forget it and pack it. It's not easy. There's a lot of work involved in it. It's essentially a job. Now, if you wanted to, take the easy approach, like, you're not going to be making much money, if any. So it's another job. You have to list, you have to take the time, you have to photograph, you have to make sure everything looks good, you have to make sure you have the right keywords, the right description. You may need to accurately package your product, make sure you calculate shipping. If you're doing paid shipping, charge shipping, sorry, you need to make sure that that's calculated correctly so you don't lose money. Packaging materials, you got to pack it safely, you have to deal with customer service, you have to deal with returns, you have to deal with, idiots. You have to deal with lowball offers. You have to. There's all sorts of stuff that goes into having an eBay store or even selling on eBay in general. And even let's say you got a bunch of stuff in your house and it runs out. Now you have to source more material, and that's not necessarily an easy thing. I mean, depending on what you're selling and your connections and contacts, but generally it's not that easy. So if you think that eBay is an easy way to get some cash, it really isn't. There's a bit more work to it than you may be ready for. I would best thing I'd recommend is watch a couple more videos, albeit mine or anybody else, just to see, really think of what questions you may have when it comes to selling on eBay. Every little angle you can just look up on YouTube. You can find your answers, but just do your homework before you really jump in head first into something where you may realize you're in over your head, or you bite off more than you can chew. It's just do your homework, please. Number two, the second thing is that it really ties into what I was just talking about. It's not passive income. It takes work. You can't just set it and forget it. I mean, like drop shipping models and whatnot, you can automate that process where everything is completely done without you laying a hand on it, aside from the initial startup work. But that's it. It's not passive. You're going to be having offers coming in. You're going to be having sales randomly. You're going to be having sales all hours of the night, all hours of the day, Monday through Sunday. It's an online marketplace that never sleeps. So people are going to be ordering. People are going to be submitting offers. People are going to be sending questions anytime. So it certainly isn't passive where you can just kind of set it and forget it, because there is a lot of admin work that goes into it. And number three, and this is probably the most important. I should have made it number one and counted it down, but whatever. Number three is you're only going to get what the item is worth in the eyes of the customer. Okay? Just because you have something and you looked it up and it looks like it's worth $100, if no one's wanting to pay $100 for it, but everybody wants to pay $60 for it, it's worth $60. It's not worth $100, unless, rare cases where 50 of them have sold in the last couple weeks for $100. If you have an item that was once worth $100 8 months ago when you first found it or you first looked it up and listed it, and 8 months have gone by and you're still sitting on that inventory, it's not worth $100 anymore. If someone's wanting to give you $80 for it, if someone's wanting to give you $70 for it, you really got to make that decision and don't hold out if you're going to be sitting on that inventory. Yeah, if you paid $5 for it and it's worth $100, you really want to wait out for the $100, go for it, but you may never get it. Like it may never happen for you. So really take that into account when you are selling, is that, you're not going to get exactly what you want all the time. Sometimes you're going to get more than what you're expecting. It depends on if you're listing auction, fixed price, buy it now, whatever. But more times than not, I find when I'm listing items, I'm either fluffing it a little bit so it's a little bit more expensive, and I'm having that best offer option, so people will obviously come in a lot lower and what they're hoping to pay a little less, and then you can kind of work them up and down. But more times than not, like, I will list something with the assumption internally that I'm going to get a lower offer than what I'm asking, and I'm okay with accepting that. And you need to be sure that you're okay with that too. Being hard-headed and I want $100 for this item and there's no way I'm selling it for less than $100 is the same mentality that 99% of all the, idiots on Let Go, OfferUp, Craigslist, Kijiji, everything, they all have that mindset where I'm going to look it up, I'm going to see what the top value is, and that's what I want. And then they're pissed later because their item's been sitting for a month and a half and nothing's happened, it hasn't sold. You really got to understand that the market fluctuates, the values of items fluctuate. You may not always or ever get what you think the item is worth, because the item is only worth what the customer is willing to pay for it. Anyways, guys, I hope that little insight has helped you. If you're looking at starting up on selling on eBay, don't be scared of it. Do it. It's a lot of fun. It is work, but it's a lot of fun, and it's it's cool when you can, especially when it comes to flipping things, when you can buy something for low and you sell it for a little bit more or a lot of bit more. It's a really cool feeling. So please, don't let this deter you. If you have questions, I'm open to answering. Feel free to leave them in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. I guess that's it for me. I'm gonna go out and get cold. I got some work to do. Anyway, see you in the next one, guys.